Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. This is going to be your second half of May general reading. So, if you're new here, my name is Melissa, and I do zodiac readings as well as metaphysical Monday videos. So, every Monday, I will post a video on a metaphysical topic, such as crystals, meditation, smudging, that sort of stuff. If you're interested, the playlist is in the description box below. So let's get started. I'm going to finish shuffling for Cancer. I am going to remind you that this is a general reading, so there will be messages for multiple people. So if something doesn't resonate for you, then it must be meant for somebody else. So please take what resonates for you and leave the rest behind for them. So one more shuffle for my Cancers, and the bottom of the deck is going to determine the overall energy for the reading. Since we don't have a question to be answering and it's just a general read, that's what's going to be what our focus will be on. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Cups reversed. The Ace of Cups reversed. Okay, so no new love, no new emotions. We are kind of, our cup is not runneth over right now. Okay, so Cancer, no new start. Whatever relationship you're in, whether you're single or in a relationship, we're not really making any changes right now, or we are, here's how I want to say this. We're not entering into any new relationships, but we also, if we are in a relationship, are not really putting anything into that relationship, if that makes sense. So if you're single, now is not a new relationship time. But if you're in a relationship, you're not really putting in the effort right now. So what do we have for Cancer? What is Cancer's current situation? Current for Cancer. What is Cancer doing? We have Five of Wands reversed, the Tower, and the Page of Wands. Okay. I was just telling my daughter how I have never pulled the Tower card for a reading. Okay, so let's get into it. Five of Wands reversed. Okay, so conflict over. So there's been a little bit of a kerfuffle. My hair is stuck in my glasses hinge, so that hurt a little. Usually, it's kind of they look kind of funny, but they're fighting, but they're not like fighting, if that makes sense. But we're in the reverse, so ended, or we're not starting a fight. Either whatever fight has been going on is over, or we are just choosing not to start fights anymore. And then the Tower. If you're familiar, you already know what the Tower is. Tower is kind of everything is coming. It's like chaos, but for me, I usually see this card in more of a positive light. It doesn't want to focus on the Tower. Okay. I'm trying to show you something specific in there. There we go. Let's do it slow. They're escaping the chaos. The fire started at the top, and they're escaping. So for me, the Tower is more about escaping chaos than chaos being created. Yes, that could be a possibility. There could be something chaotic coming in, but this is your current situation. So you would either be in the middle of chaos or tearing some shit down, I guess, basically is the message I'm getting intuitively. And then we have the Page of Wands. So the Page of Wands is either learning or a new message that is going to be more about something that you're passionate about. So combining them, I feel like we have the Page and the Tower are imagery is so important, and I am uncensored, so I feel like the Page, okay, let me know if you see what I see, but I see this kid came, and it's like the Tower is made of Legos, and he came in with a bat and knocked it down, right? So I feel like maybe the page is a person for some of you that has come in and kind of knocked your tower down. So I feel like that's what you're dealing with right now, is something a little bit chaotic. For some people, the tower is really, for some of you, it's going to mean that there is some shit going down, like literally, like something is going to crash around you. But I feel like there is, this is really the cause of it. Like maybe you learned something new and decided that it was your turn to crash the tower down. Maybe somebody came in from the outside and did that for you. But I feel like you are done with the conflict, and I feel like these two together are saying that whatever the situation is that's coming down, it's because the conflict is over. So I feel like maybe you've been fighting a lot with somebody, or struggling with a situation, and have decided that, you know what, the fight's not worth it. It needs to come down now. And so you knocked it down. I feel like that's most of you, that's the case. There's a situation that you have just said, screw it, we're done fighting. This situation doesn't exist anymore, and you just knocked it down. But I feel like for a small percentage of you, somebody else came in and knocked it down for you. But I feel like because this conflict is over, that it's good for the tower to come down at this point. So let's see what near future for Cancer. What's coming up for Cancer in the near future? The Hermit and the Seven of Cups reversed. Okay, I feel like this is very, very similar to Gemini's reading. So, is that not what happened in the beginning of the month? I really feel like Cancer's and Gemini's readings together were very similar in the beginning of the month as well. That might have been Aries and Gemini, I'm not sure, but I'll have to go back and look. Feel free to do so, unless you remember from the last reading. But the Hermit and the Seven of Cups reversed. So Seven of Cups is overwhelmed, not being able to make a decision, having too many options available to you that you can't make a decision. But we have it reversed, so I feel like the decision has been made. You made a decision, you narrowed down your options, and the decision's been made. And I feel like the decision that you're making is to be a little bit more solo. So I feel like because we have the Ace of Cups, we are talking about a relationship issue. Whether it's romantic, I feel like for a lot of you it is a romantic relationship. Cancers like to be in a relationship. You may be an exception. You may be the single Cancer, but I feel like for the most part, Cancers don't remain single long. They like to be in a relationship because they're very emotional people, and they need that emotional fulfillment from being in a relationship. So I feel like we're talking about a relationship here for the majority of you. You're done fighting with this relationship. You are having a tower moment and deciding that it needs to come down. And I feel like this is kind of you. You are, I feel like this is you and not the other person. But for some of you, it could be the other person is knocking down the tower and saying that's it. And in the near future, you have made the decision. You've narrowed it down to one, and that one is you. You are going solo, and the Hermit really is a solo trip to kind of become more in tune with yourself and understand why you are who you are and who you feel you are meant to become. So I feel like that's what's going on right now with Cancer. So you're getting out of a bad situation. You have made the decision to move on by yourself. And this no more fighting, I'm letting it go. Like that's, I mean, I don't know how much more clear we can get on that. You decided that you're done with whatever the situation is, because we're talking about the Ace of Cups. I feel like it's a relationship. You're done with it, and you've made a decision. You have narrowed down your choices. It looks like a vending machine, like standing in front of a vending machine trying to decide which snack you want out of it. And we flipped it upside down and the snack fell out, and that's what the decision has been made about. So you've made a decision to go solo, to work on yourself and become more involved and invested in your own situation, your own heart, your own reality. So let's see what advice that. Interesting. Okay. I'm not taking that many cards for advice. It'll get confusing. Just ask Gemini. Cancer advice. Okay. We're going to put these cards back in. I am going to take that card that jumped out first because it literally fell into the spread. Advice for Cancer. Second half of May. There goes another one. Advice for Cancer. These cards have something to say. Okay. We have Seven of Swords and the Eight of Cups jumped out of the deck as advice. Okay. So it's time to gather your thoughts and leave the emotions behind. Okay, so we need to, Cancer, you are an emotional being. You're a Cancer, you're a water sign. You are really emotionally based. It's time to leave these emotions behind. You are now going to be focusing on your thoughts and ideas, and you're taking them, I feel like intuitively, it's taking them back from the other person if you're in a relationship, or it is really gathering them up if you're not in a relationship. They're thoughts that you have left scattered, and you're really going to gather them up and take them by yourself and sort through them. So I feel like that's what the advice here is sorting through your thoughts, keeping the thoughts that are the ones that you want to keep, and there's a couple back here that you don't need anymore. So you're going to sift and sort through your thoughts and not really worry about those emotions right now. I know that's hard for you, Cancer. I know that's hard for you. But right now, that's what you need to focus on. So again, going back to this first card, we're not filling our cup right now. We're not worrying about our emotions right now. We really need to be in a place of sifting and sorting through our thoughts. I'm also noticing the moon in these cards, the moon being visible. We have a full moon, and we have a crescent moon. I feel like that the moon controls the tides and the water on our planet. So I feel like being a little bit more letting the moon control the water and kind of letting that go and giving control back over to the moon to control the tides. It's not your job to control the tides. Right now, you need to focus on being more deliberate in your thoughts and knowing which thoughts to keep and which thoughts to discard. So I feel like we need one more card for Cancer. Overall advice for Cancer. Ooh, that one almost flipped out too. 10 of Cups. Okay. This is your overall outcome. Your outcome advice card is the 10 of Cups. Once we do this, this is where we go. So I really feel like whatever the situation is that you're getting out of, you've already decided that that's what's going to happen, and you will be focusing on yourself in the upcoming weeks, the end of May into the beginning of June, possibly even focusing on yourself and really sifting and sorting through your thoughts and knowing which ones you need to really be worried about and focused on, and which ones you need to just let go of and really, really be more in tune with yourself. So right now, that's what you need to focus on. And yeah, so I feel like that is about all we're going to milk out of these cards right now. But I really, really look forward to your next reading to see how this Ten of Cups unfolds into our next reading. So thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to hit that subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so you get notifications the next Monday video that's coming out. And don't forget, if you do that, I'm going to give away free reading for one of my subscribers once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So share if you're inclined, if you want to help me get to that thousand subscriber mark faster so I can get that reading out to you guys faster. Make sure you're sharing the video as well. So thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a blessed day.